Tired of smoky grills, long hours, family drama, relationships, and life in general, former chef Kane Vincent took the advice of adjacent Isbell song to find what makes you happy and do it till you're gone. So he picked up his old mate on guitar and got stuck into it. Born and raised in Echuca, Kane spent his formative years in the US, picking up a love for guitar and a slight Midwest twang at the same time. Over the last 5 years, he's lugged that guitar in and out of pubs, parties and festivals all over Australia, but he no longer sings in the kitchen. Kane's lovable spirit, impressive songwriting skills and his engaging vocals continue to win him fans right across the great land of ours as he makes an impressive name for himself as a country music artist. Keenly observant, Kane finds lyrical inspiration in both the mundane and extraordinary everyday stories of life that give his songs a sensibility with more than just a hint of country and a familiar nod to the blues. His latest single release, entitled Know Me Now, that I played just a minute ago, is a perfect example of Kane's exemplary songwriting prowess and the style of country music he produces. It's certainly nothing shabby, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm delighted to have Kane standing by on the phone, waiting to have a chat with me. So let's bring him on air right away. Hello, Kane. How are you?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Having a great time.
That's a shot. That's an impressive bio, I've got to say. I read it with great interest.
Thank you.
You've only spoken a couple of sentences to me, but I can't hear.
Yep.
What did I call it?
That slight Midwest twang.
That slight Midwest twang.
Slight Midwest twang. It's more in my singing more than anything.
Okay. All right.
I kind of wanted to justify sounding a bit American because that's where I learned how to sing. But I've been back in Australia long enough now. 30 years now. That what was a full American accent when we came back, has now gone back to being sort of a Victorian accent, you would say.
A Victorian accent. I didn't know we had a particular.
The more time I spend travelling around Australia, the more I notice we do have slight variations in the Australian accent.
That's true, actually, yeah.
Just slight. They speak a bit slower and a bit drawled out up here in Queensland, where I am at the moment.
Okay, right. Okay. Where in Queensland are you?
At the moment, I'm just near the Gabba in Brisbane today.
Oh, really? Okay.
Got a show this afternoon.
Okay. All right. Well, that brings up a good question. I'll get back to your song in a minute, but you apparently appeared at the Gympie Music Muster just recently.
Yeah, last weekend. No, it's been. Yes, it was last weekend. Jeez,
last weekend, yeah.
Last weekend, the Gympie Muster, I had an absolute ball of a time. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a massive festival, one of the best in Australia.
Yes.
And it's 90%, 95% plus all Australian musicians and Australian music.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Canadian acts that come in, but it's mostly Australians, and it's a real celebration of the Australian music industry.
Yes, it is.
The fact that we can hold an audience of, I think they said they had 60,000 plus people over the 4 days.
Oh wow!
Without having to bring in American artists or British artists, or it's a real celebration of everything that's great about our industry.
I think so, yes. And as you say, having predominantly Australian artists, that is a real big plus in my book. And I think it speaks to the audience appreciation of Australian talent. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but it seems to me that that's the case. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of amazing Australians doing amazing work. But in the music industry, unfortunately, not a lot of it makes it into the public. The popularity competitions. That's all very imported music, but there's a lot of us doing it, and a lot of us working hard. And the fact that they got that many people out there to celebrate Australian music was just amazing.
Well, it's one thing I do on this show. I regularly play. Well, every week I play in excess of 60% Australian content, and that's way ahead of what is legally required.
Yeah, and look, community radio stations like yourselves are the backbone of our industry now.
Yeah. And it's great to be here. I get a real buzz out of supporting Aussie talent, good Aussie talent like yourself. and people like yourself who can write decent songs. And we've got such a wealth of talent here in this country, and it needs to be celebrated and appreciated, in my book.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I'm sure you do. Anyway, okay, now let's get back to your song. Know Me Now that I played just before. It's a great song. I really do like it. And
thank you.
And if you keep putting out product like that, it's going into my playlist without a doubt every time.
No worries.
Now, I get the impression that there's a little bit of outlaw country there. Would I be right?
In this track's a little bit outlaw country. So what I've done is I'm putting out a whole album that's coming out next month.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, no, we're in September. It's coming out later this month.
Oh, okay.
And what I've done is I'm 50. I didn't start in the music career in the music industry till I was in my mid 40s.
Right.
And so I thought, well, I'm going to put out an album that shows a variety of influences of what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why in my bio it says it's folk music with a bit of soul and country and blues and it's a little bit of everything. This is kind of the heaviest sort of most outlaw style song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
And it stands out a little from the others as a result. But I really wanted to show that I love so many different varieties of music, and I can play and sing and write in so many different varieties. So it's a little bit of a showcase of what I love to do.
Okay, all right. Well, it works.
Thank you.
I haven't heard anything else off your album, not that I know of, but certainly this song, is a ripper. I absolutely like it.
Thank you.
So, did you write that yourself, or was it a co-write? I'm guessing you wrote it yourself.
That one I wrote myself. Yeah, the album has 10 tracks on it, and I think there's 8 co-writes.
Okay.
But that's one I wrote myself. That's one. So the whole album is basically it's a breakup album. I wrote it all of it after the end of my marriage 4 years ago.
Okay.
But instead of being your angsty teenage, I hate everyone or I hate her for doing that to me or whatever album. There's a lot of introspective stuff on it as well. Lots of like, well, what have I done to take two to tango kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what I can change about myself that I don't end up there again sort of thing. So that song "Know Me Now" is the only song that is literally a straight up angry song. If you don't know me by now, you're done. Get out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, so that's the only real angry breakup song on the album. The rest are all, connecting with your mates and that kind of thing, and looking at myself and going, where did I go wrong in all of this? So.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, that's yeah. I doubt you're the only bloke that's been in this position. Yeah, not that I'm trying to.
No, I'm actually. Yeah, I'm finding it actually connects with people quite well. So someone at the Gimpy Muster, there's a song on the album about men not being taught to express emotions, and so they just end up as old men sitting alone, upset and angry at the world. And I sang that at the Gimpy Muster, and a man came up to me and said, "Thank you so much." So that was a really important moment for me.
Right.
I was like, oh.
Okay.
So people do connect with it. I know I'm not the only person who's been through this stuff. So
yeah. The power of music, mate.
So it's healing. It's everything.
Yep, got a lot going for it. Now, tell us where can people buy your music?
So you can stream it anywhere, but if you'd like to buy it, the best way to find me is on my website, kanevincent.com.
Okay.
I've got some EPs up there. The album is due to be listed up there very shortly. 22nd of September, the album becomes available.
Okay.
And I'll be putting up a pre-save link this week. So,
right.
If people want to pre-order, so we'll start shipping them in the next week or so.
Excellent. No worries at all. Okay. Now, why country? Well, you've mentioned all those genres that you're interested in and that you can work in.
Yep.
But why is country in that mix? What do you like about country music?
Country was an accidental discovery for me, really. I've always been one of those people that I like all music except country music, is what I used to say back in the day. And then working in kitchens, I had a good friend who once a week you had your turn to run the radio for the day. Back, this is sort of 15 years ago.
Okay.
And one of the people I work with, she was a mad country music fan, so she'd put on Alan Jackson and Brooks and Dunn and Garth Brooks and Tim
Nice.
McGraw and all those late '90s, early 2000s country legends.
Yeah,
And I
great.
kind of just got hooked on it. And so when I started writing my own music, I wrote a song that was supposed to be a soul song, and I took it to a producer, and he said, "That's a country song all the way."
Okay.
I was like, "Really?" And so I wrote a country song, and
Okay.
then I went to Tamworth, and as an older person entering not older, I'm only 50, but at 44 or whatever it was at the time, entering the music industry, the country music felt just so welcoming. There was no, "Oh, you're too old for this." It was like, "Yeah, come on, join us. Let's go have some fun."
Fair enough. Yep.
So country's a very welcoming environment.
It is, and non-discriminatory, I find.
Yes. So, yeah, you're never too old in country music. Everyone can have a crack.
Or too young. Or too young for that matter.
Or too young. So it's like they're, and country music is booming in Australia at the moment. It's really taking off. And I think a big part of that is that attitude of there's space for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, instead of going, "Oh, you know, you're not good enough," or "Stay away from our industry," blah, blah, blah. They just make the table bigger so everyone can eat. So the industry is growing.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
It's very family oriented.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and you know, I mean, you get the biggest stars in country. You know, your Lynn Botels and your Lee Kernigans and all those people. You know, Troy Cassadaly, and you can walk up to them, you can talk to them. You know, and they don't talk down to you. They're helpful. They're supportive. You know, they'll make. Suggestions and so forth, you know, that they're very ordinary, down-to-earth people for the most part.
Yeah, and I think part of that is we're a small industry. There's not a lot of us, well, if you compare it to the American country music scene.
Yeah.
We're small, we're all connected, everyone gets to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
We all, you know, get to work them. Like Lynn Botel runs the Country Music Academy. She was one of my mentors a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So, and everyone wants to give everyone a hand up.
Yes.
So it's been wonderful, and that connection to people is really what the Gympie Muster was about.
Yeah.
But the whole industry is like that.
I agree, and I haven't yet to come across any exceptions to that. You know, country music is such a friendly environment here in Australia, anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, now you mentioned that you know you came to the music industry late in life, you know, 40s. What actually drew you to the music industry? What made you wake up one morning and say, "I want to be a country music artist"? You know.
So I grew up around music. My mum played in bands and cover bands up and down the Murray.
Okay.
When I was a kid, and I used to sit and watch Mum's band rehearse and go, "I want to do that one day." And
all right.
my dad was heavily involved in as a booking agent up in that Echuca, the whole Riverina area. He booked all the pubs and clubs. You know, back in the days when you had to go to New South Wales to play the pokies.
Okay, yeah.
So there was a lot of entertainment along the Murray there, and so I was around music a lot. And then when we lived in America, I played a lot of music and learnt there, and then put it aside. I had a family and never thought it could really be a thing I could do. Didn't cross my mind as a viable career. I had a family very young, and went, well, I've got to buckle down and pay the mortgage and raise my kids. And then the kids buggered off, and I was like, well, now what do I do? And I thought, well, let's give it a go. And if I don't do it now, I don't want to be 75 years old and go, man, I could have had a go at being a musician.
Yeah.
So I thought, if I'll do it now, and if it's 55, I've gone, well, that's enough. I'm still young enough to start a third careur. So
fair enough, yeah.
I thought it's now or never. Give it a go, and because I've always been around it. Even working in kitchens for years, I was always singing while I was working, and I never stopped playing guitar. I just didn't perform.
Okay, fair enough. Now, you've been doing it for a little while now, but tell us about some of your more recent highlights, that you've enjoyed.
On the last couple of years, the big thing's been, last year I went to a little festival up on Great Keppel Island
Okay.
and they had a talent competition there. So it was called Country on Keppel. It's not
Yeah.
called that anymore. It's now called Days on the Sand, the festival. They changed the name.
All right.
But I just thought I'd go out and then have a go at the talent competition, not thinking that I actually entered so that if I made the finals, I got a free ticket to the festival. That's pretty much my thought.
Okay.
And I won. I won the
Wow.
the whole talent competition against
Wow.
10 other amazingly talented musicians. So I was quite pleased that I won.
Excellent. Well done.
So they took a chance on the old codger. And yeah, so later in November, later this year, I get to go back to that festival, which is now called Days on the Sands, and play a gig on the same bill as Lynn Botel and Troy Casadei. So,
Nice.
that's been one of my highlights. Having my first ever show at Gympie Mustard this year, just in my name, was a wonderful experience as well. Yeah, and I've started doing little touring where I'm playing little ticketed shows with 40 or 50 people at the show under my own name instead of for years I've been travelling around the country playing covers gigs, playing other people's music, but I'm starting to play some more shows with my own name.
Good.
And I'm really enjoying that as well.
Great stuff. Yeah. Well, that's excellent. And that brings us to the next question. What's next for you? What plans are there for the weeks ahead?
So I have another single coming out on September 19th.
Okay.
Which is just a few days prior to the album launching on September the 22nd.
All right.
Then I've got a little festival up in Echuca called Two Types Festival, which is country and western.
Okay.
That's on the grand final.
Both kinds.
Grand final. Yeah, both kinds. That's on the grand final public holiday.
Okay.
And then I've got a lot of small handful of shows kicking around Victoria through till November. And I've got that festival in up on Great Keppel, and then back to Tamworth Country Music Festival in January. So there's once the album's out, I'm just kicking around playing lots of little shows wherever I can. Some are in people's backyards. They've booked me to come and sold tickets to their friends.
Okay.
Some are in little halls and little community event centres. I'm playing one this afternoon at the Wollongabba substation here in Brisbane.
Okay.
Yeah, just little shows where there's between 30, 50 people, really connected, really so I can really dig into what my songs are about, and if people have questions, and we laugh together and we cry together and we tell dirty jokes if that's the case. It depends on the vibe. It's a really wonderful connected experience that you don't get these days. They don't.
Yeah.
People are either paying $300 to go and sit in an audience of 15,000 people, or just streaming music. So these little intimate venues and these little intimate shows are so wonderful. They're really heartwarming.
Yeah. I'm a retired musician, and I know where you're coming from. I mean, those small venues, pubs and so forth, where you got 50, 60 people having a great time. That's to me, that was what being a musician was all about. And they're some of my fondest memories of my time on the stage. So not that it was anything extraordinary. It was just in a cover band and so forth. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
It is great to be connected.
Yeah,
through music.
Yep. Especially in little intimate venues. But anyway, look, we're out of time, Kane. I'd just like to really, really thank you so much for taking the time
no worries.
on your Sunday morning to have this chat with me. Much appreciated, really. That's sincere.
Thank you, and I hope your listeners are enjoying the music and they enjoy your show.
Oh, that's why they listen. But I'm sure we'll be doing this again before too much longer. You got the album coming out and another single. So,
yeah.
I dare say that you and I will be having another chat or two in the coming weeks on this show, and that's something that I'm pretty much looking forward to. So,
that'd be great. That'd be great.
Terrific stuff. All right, but next time 12:30, not 11:30. All right.
Yeah, 12:30 will work better. But I do have a show at 1 o'clock. So.
Yeah, I know. I know. Look, I remember what it's like being a muso. So wherever I can slot you in, that's fine. I'm happy to help in that way. All right. So thanks again, Kane, and keep doing what you're doing. I wish you every success because you deserve it. And look after yourself and just keep doing what you're doing, mate, because you're doing it well.
No worries. Thank you. I'll be back in Victoria in a couple of weeks.
Excellent, excellent. Something to look forward to. And enjoy our accent.
Yes.
All right. Thanks again, Kane, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye-bye for now.